Talking PSL today, and quite a lot of things have been happening. But before we go into the PSL, let's touch a little bit on the passing of John Shoes Musho. He's an icon of icons, one of the original legends, as people heard in the clip of Bafana Bafana. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've got to say about?
I think it's sad day for South African soccer. He was played an integral part in that 1996 team that won the African Cup of Nations. A lot of people remember Mark Williams scoring the 2 goals in the final against Tunisia, but a lot of people forgot that Shoes Musho actually scored the 2 goals in the semi-final to get us to that final where we were eventual winners. So I think a really sad day. And he was also one of the
match that we played when we beat Ghana.
The semi-final of the 1996 World Cup, and then also he was one of the first players in the early 90s to go and play overseas, and he played in Turkey for 6 years. So I think he laid the foundation for a lot of the youngsters, and he can be a role model. And like I said, a really sad day for South African soccer.
Yeah, no, in fact, it definitely is. And I'm sure you'd have wanted to be around for what we're going to talk about next, which is now the PSL title race, where Chiefs right now, they're sitting on the cusp of winning a title. They're playing Polokwane City later on tonight. What do you make of this particular match? A lot of people are already starting to celebrate. They say Chiefs needs just that 1 point, and then just that 1 win, rather, those 3 points, and then they're through.
Yeah, they basically need 3 points from the remaining 4 games. So I think Chiefs deserves to be in this situation. They've played well the whole season. They've dominated from the beginning. I think they had a dip where they had a couple of draws and a loss. But, you know, I think Stuart Baxter, the formation that they've played this season, everything just fell into place for them. And, you know, they deserve to be, after 26 games, on 60 points. And, you know, like you said, a breath away from winning the title this season.
Yeah, now with that said, quite a lot of people have been saying, look, they've been hoping that Chiefs doesn't follow what happened last year when they'd been leading for most of the season and then lost it right at the end. A couple of things come into play and come to mind as well. Mamelodi Sundowns ended up taking the title, as everybody knows, which it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to do at all this year. Let's say Chiefs lose this match against Polokwane City or only get 1 point. Does Sundowns still have a chance?
Mathematically they do, but I think we have to be realistic. The way Chiefs have been playing the whole season, they lost 2 games against the 2 Uniteds, Maritzburg and SuperSport. They had 6 draws in their 26 games, 18 wins, which is also a PSL record. No other team has ever done that. So I think, you know, it's going to take a miracle. You know, Pizzo might disagree with us, but I think it's going to take a miracle because if we look at the league or the log at the moment, Sundowns is the only team mathematically that can still catch Chiefs, but I don't see it happening. But I think, like I said, Chiefs deserves where they are, and, you know, maybe keep the champagne in the fridge. Not just quite pop it yet, but keep it in the fridge.
Keep it close by. Yeah. I mean, talking of which, I mean, you talk about Sundowns, the only team that can catch up right now, and that's literally because when Wits played Pirates a couple of weeks ago, about a week ago, and beat them 2-0, Pirates had been the only other team that could have caught Chiefs at that point, and that just killed it for them, didn't it?
That's one of the disappointing factors for me in this year's title race. Because Chiefs dominated so much, I was a bit disappointed with the likes of Pirates, with the likes of the defending champion Sundowns, even Wits, you know, Gavin Hunt, they play fantastic soccer and they always there or there, but they never quite win the title. Even SuperSport United under Gordon Egerson, I expected more from them. And, you know, for me, that was the one disappointing thing, that it became a one-horse race at the end of the day, and nobody else, even, you know, besides Chiefs and besides Pirates and Sundowns, you know, were in it for a certain amount of time, but couldn't quite, you know, go in for the kill and give Chiefs a run for their money. So that was the one disappointing factor. And
talking of which, let's go down to the bottom of the log now, where I think the most exciting stuff is happening. Right at the bottom of the log, we've had a lot of musical chairs being played. For the longest time, AmaZulu sat at the bottom of the log, and everybody said it was a foregone conclusion. And then all of a sudden, they started winning and drawing and winning. And now it's Morocco Swallows that seems likely to get relegated.
Yeah, if we can see on the screen now that AmaZulu and Morocco Swallows, 23 points each, they look like the likely ones to be dropped. But also, I don't think Free State Stars, you know, 5 points with 4 games to go. I think if AmaZulu or Morocco Swallows get a couple of good results, they could also still come in for a drabbing. But like I said, Morocco Swallows, a couple of seasons ago, they were consistently ended in the top 8 of the league. So I don't know what has gone wrong there, but something they'll certainly have to look at. And, you know, it will be a sad day for South African soccer if another Soweto team gets the drop from the PSL.
But they'll be looking at it probably from the NFD, looking upwards. Having said that, AmaZulu right now are now back at number 15, as our viewers can see, and they're the ones who are going to be playing in an NFD playoff, isn't it?
Yeah, both. Yeah, the NFD, the second last team, it plays in the NFD. the bottom one drops automatically, and then one of the teams in the NFD gets promotion. So AmaZulu still an outside chance, but like I said, 23 points each, you know, and 4 games to go, a lot can still happen in soccer.
One of the interesting things was, like, you know, when you say that, they say that when you've got a man, or I won't say rat because we're talking about people here, but when a man has got his back to the wall, he's going to be that much more desperate, and that's pretty much what happened to Ajax Cape Town yesterday. They were beaten 1-0 by Free State Stars. Who would have expected that to happen? Yeah,
that's the one problem I had. I obviously keep a close eye on Ajax, and they haven't been consistent this season. They win a game, they win another game, they lose 2 games, they get a draw. So they haven't been consistent. So, you know, I think Roger decides to get these players to play a type of soccer that is winning soccer, so that they can talk with the likes of Sundowns, Chiefs, Pirates, and so forth.
Now, with that said, we also have the small matter of the top 8 that we'd want to be looking at. Right now, our viewers are looking at the Free State Stars match against Ajax, and I'm sure they're going to see also that great match that they played against Polokwane City, where it was a 3-2 win for Free State Stars. Now, with that said, that Free State Stars against Polokwane match, I want to touch a little bit on that. I expected that to be a high-scoring match because both Free State Stars and Polokwane had managed to score quite a number of goals leading into that match. Do we think that Polokwane Stars will be able to turn it on against Kaizer Chiefs tonight and maybe get a goal or 2 and frustrate Kaizer Chiefs fans and keep the champagne in the freezer for a little longer?
Never underestimate the team from Polokwane. You know, you never know what team is going to arrive tonight. I think Chiefs, as a unit, they've been playing the best soccer in the league for me, probably. If you look at, there's no one player that's been dominating over there, that's been scoring goals. I think Mandla Masango, yes, with 6 goals. He's the leading goal scorer, and you know, you have guys from Bloem Celtic, Lorato, Lamalo, who's there on 11. So Chiefs as a unit, they've scored 36 goals in the 26 games. I think as a unit they've played the better soccer. The defensive unit, they've only conceded 11 goals. So if that defensive unit can kick in tonight, I can't see Polokwane City scoring 1 or 2 goals, but they won't score a lot of goals. And you know, if the unit also gets on the attack, I think Polokwane City is going to be in for a tough night. And you know, Chiefs is a big team. They're one of the glamour teams in South African soccer. They've got their eye on the title. They're not going to let Polokwane stand in the way. But like I said, don't underestimate the team from Polokwane.
All right, now match to watch tonight, as Jody and I are talking about it right now. Match to watch tonight is definitely the Chiefs Polokwane match. Yes, Mamelodi Sundowns will be playing as well, but nobody expects much to come out of that, whether they win or lose. They will be playing Platinum Stars at the Lucas Muripe Stadium. Kaizer Chiefs against Polokwane City. That match at the FNB Stadium at 7:30 tonight. Anyway, Jody, I want to thank you so much for coming through, and we'll be chatting again when we talk about who's playing in the top 8.
Okay, thanks, Gino.
Alrighty, now that was Jody Hendricks, our sports analyst, giving us the lowdown on tonight.